Hello everyone, welcome back to Crochet Delight. I'm Barbara and welcome back to another installment of Hot Off the Hook Friday. So right here is a dress that I have completed, and this is Sophia. She's got her Pebbles hairdo back from when she was a puppy because her hair is growing out, and I'm so glad that it is because it's winter. Well, it's actually getting close. It's November, so. And she doesn't look that happy right now, but she's gonna help me with this. So, you guys know that this was some yarn that I had gotten from Panda Yarns, and I couldn't decide what to do with it, but I finally found a pattern that I thought would show the color off fabulously, and it does. And you can see it's got a little bit of a large armhole because this is actually supposed to be an off the shoulder. So it's literally supposed to be off the shoulder, but if I let it off the shoulder on this dummy, it is going to fall right off. But I can't remember the color name for this, but I absolutely love it. And guaranteed I am going to buy this color again, but in like 1,000 yards or more at one point. I still have to get 2,000 yards of Throwing Stones Reverse again so that I can add on to our second year of our anniversary. But as you can tell, it has fabric, and not just any fabric, cherry blossom fabric that opens up, so that you can see that the pattern continues. And it goes to about knee length, I believe, when I tried it on. But I was looking for something to fit this color from Panda Yarns. And yes, this is a color from Panda Yarns. I love Panda Yarns. That's like 99% of my cotton stash. And I went to the store with my friend one day and I saw this. She wasn't a fan of it, but I was, and it was just like something was calling me towards this fabric. So I only got 1 yard of this fabric, and that's exactly what you see in this dress, is 1 yard exactly. Maybe a little less, but that doesn't really count because this did take quite a while to put together. Because what I did was I got the skirt part ready first. I did a single crochet all the way around, and then I did a couple rounds of single crochet in white so that by the time I'd get down to where I wanted it, it was going to start to turn white, and it did. And let's see, as you can see, yes, some of the pink goes down a little bit, but I wanted it to still fit the fabric because the fabric is a white background, a white base, and right around where I add the skirt in is actually where the white starts to form in this pink right here. So I got this done. I ran out of yarn for it, so it didn't really, it gave enough to do like a blouse. It gave enough to do like literally up to right here. And then I had some extra white that I had saved from a previous project, and it went down like right about where the screen cuts off. And then I was like, I'm not thrilled with how much white is there. I want more. So I found Panda, and yes, all of this is Panda Yarns, and I found a Panda Yarns color that I had gotten where it was a white to magenta gradient called Abigail. And I only remember that because it's the name of a dog that I once had in my lifetime. She passed away when I was 17 and she was 15 years old. And that's why I remember the name of this colorway that I used the white from. And I got it down to where I was happy, and I still have some white in that color. So, yay! I didn't use too much, I didn't use too little, and I got it the way I wanted it. I do wish that I had been able to figure out how to take this pattern and cinch it a little bit more at the armhole right here. I might go back through and take some sewing thread and cinch it myself anyways, but this design, if you guys have seen it before, yes you have, it is from Gala Designs. This is her design, I believe it's Dolus. I love this pattern, and I'm actually going to probably rework the same pattern, but I'm going to change a few things because in her patterns you can change things very, very, very easily. And one thing I might change is where this ends up. I stitch definitely larger than everybody else because I use a certain type of hook for my lace work. This is lace work, and I use a size C. Let me see, do I have, yes, I have my hook, and I'll tell you exact measurements. Alright, so this is my hook, and as you can see, it is very small. It is a Susan Bates. I love Susan Bates. I will never switch to boy or any other kind unless it's an inline, because this is an inline, and I hate the tapered ones. The tapered ones are atrocious. I mean, trying to keep the gauge is just no. But this is a 2 or a 2.75 millimeter. And that's the size that I like to use for my lace work. And I have a little bit of a loose, stitch, a loose gauge. So that's why I use this hook with this type of yarn. Because one, it makes it comfortable. I don't have to do too much editing. I don't have to, well, most importantly, I don't kill my wrists. I see you. She's tired. But the stitches come out pretty good. My double crochet stitches, which you can probably see right around here, those end up being about half an inch tall when they're actually supposed to be half that size when working in lace, and just ignore that. That's a cell phone going off, not mine, but anyways, yeah, I had a lot of fun going through and making this. I had to do a little bit of twisting when I get down to around here when I went to do the sleeves, because these are very butterfly, fluttery, just because it's supposed to be off the shoulder, so I wanted it to look nice. So I did a single, stop catching, a single crochet around the edge. So in order to incorporate that and still continue with the pattern without breaking off, I had to twist the pattern just a little bit, but it's not noticeable, and you don't notice it when you feel it either, not unless you're actually looking, because it's that smooth of a transition. She's making herself pretty for you guys. It's either that or she's wiping her eyes and trying to wake up. Oh, stop that. Stop it. She has not, it's been literally 2 years since she's had a Pebbles hairdo. So I think she's trying to get that out. But anyways, let's switch you over, because guess what? She's a potato. My boyfriend and I call her a nugget, but she's gone a little bit past a nugget to a potato. She's gained some weight. Yes. She has gone and she's gained some weight. But anyways, The other thing I have to show you guys today on Hot Off the Hook Friday is, before I go on to my own thing, well, the rest of my stuff, a hat. Bear's Critter Crochet, I believe I get this wrong every time. Bear's Crochet Critters, there we go. I'm so glad and so honored that I was the inspiration for her to start spinning, because I love spinning. I got into it all on my own, and my mom was like, "You're never gonna stick with it." Here I am 2 years later, still with it, and inspiring others to take it up because it's fun, it's relaxing, and if you think that the accomplishment of actually just crocheting something or knitting something or weaving something is great, imagine how intensified that feeling is if you actually make it from scratch, literally from wool or cotton or whatever fiber to yarn to product. I mean, that's amazing. And her son stole her hat because it's so comfortable. So take a look at this beautiful home and hand spun yarn that had been turned into a hat, and you're going to be seeing it in the final product as a hat. So gonna get close with the nugget. Turn the screen off, Nugget. All right, so that's that for the hat, and it looks great. It looks so comfortable, and I almost forgot to show you guys. She also made a little mushroom pouch for some dice, so take a look at that. Okay, so that hat and the little pouch, the little mushroom pouch, are beautiful. The mushroom pouch is adorable, and the hat looks like it's extremely comfortable and very, very warm. I know that depending on how you spin up yarn, it can make the wool very, very, very warm. Like, what were the terms? Woolen, and then there's something else, but one of them means that it's got space in there, and then the other one is worsted. That's what it is. Worsted weight, which pretty much means there's no space in between, but it's a heavy yarn. Woolen is the one where there's space in between the fibers as it's spun up, and it's a little puffy, or that I believe is when it's at its warmest, but can't remember. It's been so long since I've heard these terms and actually known what they meant. But anyways, so that brings me to the last little bit of what I have. I went and I did a little bit of a production day, and I made some tags. And I have 2 skeins of yarn. This one is from Hip Springs, or Hep Springs, however you want to pronounce it. And this one is 50% merino wool, 12.5% Tessa silk, and 12.5% sari silk. That's what it was. Trying to remember without looking at the tag. I do have one more of these in a single that I'm going to be spinning up, and I'm working on more of this, and they are approximately 200 yards each. That's a lot of yarn right there. I love it, and I love the smell. This is from a bag of wool that I had gotten from Jagger Spun. You guys saw this a while back. It's that big pound bag of wool, and this was part of it. I have another one of these on the wheel in the works, getting a single up, and I still have plenty of this in a bag. So it didn't have a name, so I'm calling it Storm because it just reminds me of storm clouds or a stormy day where the sky is all gray and dreary and gross. And this one, I forgot to tell you guys, is Selkie. S-E-L-K-I-E, Selkie. And I love it. It's got flecks of brown, like you can see right there. I'm not flipping anybody off. I should use this finger. Sorry. It's got little flecks of brown. It's got flecks of blue, some purple. I see some orange, and I see some magenta, but those ones, the really bright, like orange or magenta or anything like that, those are very muted and very few because it's mostly greens and blues in here. And every now and then there's brown all through this, so it's definitely a mix of like a gray and a brown merino fiber, and I think it's beautiful. Again, I love the smell of any type of wool. It just smells so clean and so fresh and so, I don't know, you'd have to smell wool yarn just to know it. And I love that on rainy days, if I have anything that's made out of acrylic or cotton, and I have a product made out of wool that gets wet and they go to be put away, to be brought back home after a day of a farmer's market. I get home, I open it up to go and get everything out and put it hung up to dry, and it just smells like wool. Everything ends up smelling like wool if you put wet wool in with anything, and I just love it. It kind of just smells like the outdoors. So these are the things that I finished, and I am working on a custom order. Still working on a couple of blankets. I probably should update you on that one, but it's big and it's gonna be bigger. I gotta try and get it as big as I can before Christmas. And then I've got one that I'm not even halfway done with that I have to get working on. That one might end up becoming a late Christmas gift, early birthday gift. And I can't show it on here because the person that it's for is a subscriber and they get my videos from time to time. So yeah, I can't show you that, but let's see. Is there anything else? Yes, I did forget to mention that that one person that entered the raffle, they won the raffle because there was no one else that entered, so they got a really great deal. And apparently they didn't even have like any way to watch DVDs, and the popcorn machine was just like a really good, extra, and they loved it. And I'm so glad that somebody won them, because if not, I was just gonna toss them because I just don't have the space for it. So I will be getting rid of more stuff here and there. I might be doing another giveaway soon. I wanted to do one for Halloween, but I'd never got around to it. I'm gonna see like how my schedule goes and see if I can schedule in a one for maybe Thanksgiving, which Thanksgiving is the 26th of November for anyone that celebrates it. Either Thanksgiving, or I might see if I can get it for Christmas or New Year's. I might save it aside for a New Year's giveaway. Yeah, that's it. Alrighty. Have a delightful day and happy hooking, everyone. Bye!